Hey y'all, so today we're going to be trying out the viral glass nails.
This is the intro to Long Hair Pretty Nail Show, yeah.
Alright, so I got everything that I'm going to use. I'll be doing an acrylic overlay, so I'm using the V-Beauty Pure Crystal Clear Acrylic, and then I haven't decided which Cleto magnetic polish I want to use. I'll decide later, but anyway, we're going to just do some prep. So I'm just pushing back my cuticles. I recently took off my Christmas plaid nails, and they were on for like maybe 3 or 4 weeks, so I had a lot of growth and a lot of cuticle work that needs to be done. So go ahead and push those cuticles back, and then taking out my nail drill, I'm just going to do some cuticle work using this little cylinder rod cuticle bit that I like to use, and I have my drill set to 9 RPMs, very gentle, and we're just going to work this around the cuticle, getting up all that dead skin, and then I'm just taking the shine away using this sanding band. And then we're just gonna prep for the acrylic. So I'm using the V-Beauty Pure monomer, and I'm just gonna pour that into my dampen dish and just get my brush all saturated and ready for application. So next, going in with the V-Beauty Pure Super Bond, I'm just going to apply this to my natural nails. And since I am doing an overlay, I'm making sure to apply it to the entire nail. Just going to make the application more flawless and help with the acrylic to not lift. So make sure you put a good amount of that on, and then I'm just going to open up the acrylic and we're going to start our application. So when I'm doing a natural overlay, I like to start at the tip, and I just put a bead down after draining some of the monomer out so it doesn't run, and I use this to really form the shape of the tip that I want. So I'm going for, you know, a natural square shape here, but I am going to extend the acrylic a little over my free edge because that's just how I crispen up the shape, and I kind of want to add a little bit of length, but I don't want to use nail form, so we're just slightly, you know, waiting for the acrylic to harden up and then slightly pulling it. So then once I like that, I'm just going to go ahead and place a bead towards the middle of the nail, and then I kind of push it up against the cuticle. Because these nails are going to be so short, I don't want them to be too thick, so I'm trying not to use too much acrylic. So I'm just carefully spreading it about and smoothing it over. And this is what I like about the V-Beauty Pure acrylic. It gives you so much time to work with it. It's not a slow system. I would say it's more of like a medium setting. I don't know, but I like it. As you can see, that cuticle bead, I can set that right up against the cuticle and it doesn't slide or flood the cuticle at all. And I just really, with a soft hand, just spread it about, making sure to get as close as I can to my cuticle area without touching any skin. And then I just make sure the sides are covered as well. And all this is done with a very soft touch, very light hand. So it's been a minute since I've done an acrylic overlay, so I'm really just trying to, you know, just be very neat with it. I want this to look so good once I'm done. So moving on to the next nail, it's a little easier because the other nails are bigger, but I'm just starting with that same technique of starting on the tip, slightly extending it a bit. The underside will look a little chunky-ish, but we're gonna fix that with filing and shaping and stuff. But anyway, I'm just lightly patting this, and as the acrylic is stiffening up, I'm dragging it up to create that extended square shape that I'm going for. And as you can see, I'm lightly pulling it from the back and then slightly tapping it to kind of get my shape. And I constantly go back and forth with pulling it up and then tapping it. Just, you know, as much room as I have until it starts to set fully. But you get a little time to kind of play with it. So that's what I'm doing here. And as you can see, that shape is starting to form, and it's a little tiny bit extended over my natural free edge. So then just going in with that cuticle bead, well, it's kind of like a center of the nail, and then I push it back. And once again, just using the tip of my brush to really tuck it into the cuticle area and the side walls. And then I pull the side walls first and then the center of the nail. And as you can see, this acrylic is like butter. It just gives you so much time to work with it. Like I said, it's not like super slow setting, but it does give you time to get the shape in the cuticle areas just perfect. Oh, I just love an acrylic overlay. It just looks so natural and just classy. So doing the same thing with the middle finger. Like I said, it gets easier when you get to the bigger fingers. And also, you know, just having a little bit of length kind of helps as well. I could have used nail forms, but I just wanted a slight extension over my free edge. So I didn't really have to use nail forms. But anyway, as you can see, that shape is coming along great. Oh, that is perfect. So it's been a minute since y'all seen me with natural super short nails, and I think 2026 is going to be my year of doing short nails. I really want to get really good at doing it. I don't really feel as confident with my short nail design, so I want to work on that this year, starting with this set. And as you can see, I'm leaving this all in real time so you guys can see the speed at which I work, which is, I think it's slow, but you know, this is just how I feel comfortable working. I like to take my time. I like to use as many beads as it takes to get the coverage and the shape that I like. And I like that. So I'm just showing you guys that I do let the bead of acrylic sit on the brush a little bit before I put it on the nail. So that is how I'm getting the acrylic to that, I wouldn't say thick consistency, but it's to the point where it doesn't spread and run. You want to be able to mold it, like it be moldable but not runny, if that makes sense. So it will take a little practice, but I kind of think of it as doing like 3D acrylic art, like you know how you let the bead kind of sit on the brush and polymerize first before you put it on. That's kind of the technique that I'm doing, letting it kind of, you know, starts to not harden up fully, but you know, kind of stiffen up a little bit, and then you're able to pull it and do the extended edge that I'm doing here with it. So for my index finger, my corner is kind of rounded, so I'm trying to even that out. So I just put a little bead on the corner. It is a little more runnier because I wanted it to blend, and so I let it sit just for a couple seconds, and then now I'm able to pat that and form that into the square shape, the soft square shape that I'm going for. And as you can see, that just, that formed so beautifully. So I'm just showing you this angle so you guys can see how thinly I'm trying to do this. It's not super thick at all. The underside will look a little thicker. Like I said, we're gonna fix that with the nail drill. But anyway, just going in, finishing up this nail. I probably could have did a second or, you know, like a smaller bead, but I just went for a larger bead just to finish up the nail. So I'm just slowly tucking that around the cuticle and the side walls, and then pulling the side walls and then the middle. And boom, we have our overlay. And I'm just ensuring that I like the cuticle areas. I am a stickler for like neat cuticles, so I'm just really working on that. So I thought I was done, but I decided I wanted to extend my index finger just a little bit. It was the shortest of all of my nails and I just wanted it to match. I probably could have used a nail form on this nail, but I just went ahead with another bead on top and just slowly extending it just ever so slightly. I know it looks a little crazy, but trust, once you file in shape, it's gonna be all good. And then for the underside, it is a little lumpy, so I just put a little bit of acrylic underneath just to kind of make sure it's sealed between my natural nail and the acrylic. And then I just put a tiny bead on top just to smooth everything. All right, so we got all of the acrylic laid, making sure to clean my brush very thoroughly. I just hate when I don't do it and then my brush get all stiff. But anyway, go ahead and clean that up. And then we're going to do some filing and shaping. I score my files first and then just lightly going in with some shaping. Because this is a thin overlay, you do not have to file so hard because you will file off all the acrylic. And then I just make sure to get that crisp shape that I like. And it's really important to not overfile because you don't have much length to work with anyway. So I'm really trying to be careful to not overfile and make these even shorter than what I want. So just working on the sides. What I find difficult about doing my natural overlay is that my nails are crooked. So because they're shorter, it's kind of hard for me to hide how crooked they are. I usually lean on the length to kind of even that out. So that is what I would like to work on this year. So after I do the hand filing, I go in with my medium grit safety bit and we're just going to take off the bulk around the tip and around the cuticle area. I kind of get rid of that ledge. Like I said, right now I am just a stickler for clean cuticles. I just love the look of it. So I definitely take my time on this part of it. And then after I do the cuticles with the safety bit, I go in with my cuticle bit that I use for the prep and I just make sure to seal in the cuticle. So as these nails grow out, you won't be able to see, a thing. And then I go ahead with this drill bit and work around the underside, just smoothing everything out so it's nice and neat. And then finally, I do my buffing. Nails are filed, shaped, and buffed, and look at that shape, y'all. These are freaking gorgeous. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the Patty Gel base coat, and this is optional. I know people don't like to do the base coat if you're doing artificial nails, but I just find that I get the most smoothest application, especially around the cuticles, when I use a base coat. So that is why I like to do it. Whether I'm doing natural nails or not, I just like to do that. So using the base coat setting on my nail lamp, just go ahead and give that a cure. And then I decided to go with this brown Cleto magnetic. I'm going for kind of like that brownish ribbed glass, and since I didn't use this for a while, we're just going to go ahead and give that a shake with my vortex spinner. Oh, that is pretty. I like that. So taking my magnet, the tip that I've been seeing nail techs say is that try to get all the particles in the center of the nail. So, I'm just trying to do something, but I think it turned out great. So I'll just go ahead and flash cure that first layer and then going in with my second layer. And yes, I did each finger one at a time just to make sure I got the magnetic aura the way that I want it. So yeah, I did one at a time for each nail, and then once again trying to pull the particles in the center to give it that glass effect. Oh, that is cute. All right, so we are almost done. These nails are done, and I'm just doing my last layer on my thumb. And once again, working that magnet to get those pieces in the center. And this polish is gorgeous, y'all. Like, I love the Clito brand of magnetic polishes. They are just my fave. So I like the look of that. Well, we're gonna push these up around the cuticle a little bit. I don't know why I keep spinning it in a circle. I don't think that's doing anything. But I'm just pushing the particles more in the center. And then once I like that placement, just go ahead and flash cure. So this is what the nails are looking like. This effect is so cute. They're just little shiny chocolate drops. All right, so after that, I just do a full cure in my lamp just to make sure everything is fully cured. And now I'm going in with this matte top coat, and I'm just going to apply that very evenly and carefully to the entire nail. Do a cure, and then this is what it looks like. So for the lines, I'm going in with this Crazy Top Thick, and I'm just going to use this. This is a non-wipe 3D gel, so you don't have to worry about sticky layer or anything like that. So I'm just doing the lines very carefully with a long nail art brush. I don't know the millimeters on this one, but she long. So I just do the line, and then I cure after each line just to make sure it doesn't move. Even though it's not really moving, I just want to make sure it don't move. So this is what the lines are looking like so far. And as I was doing it, I was like, okay, it look all right. I don't know. I kind of just trust the process. So I went ahead and did my flash cures on all the lines, and I don't know. I'm still kind of iffy about how it looks, but I just move on to the next nail. And I'm really trying to get my lines like closer together. I don't know. I felt like my lines weren't close enough. So I went in between the lines on the pinky, and I thought it looked all right. It's kind of giving that ribbed glass look that I was going for. But I don't know. Once I got all 4 nails done, and then I did the thumb with more space, I liked the way the thumb looked. So yeah, y'all know me. When I don't like something, we gonna take it off and start over. So yeah, I went ahead and took this off. I don't know. Like, that's just the beauty of doing your own nails. Like, if you don't like something, you can just take it off and do it over. So take 2. So yeah, I just went in again and doing the spacing like I did on the thumb. So not super close, but not super spaced out, just right. So I like this a lot better, and I think you see more of the cat eye effect when the lines are a little more spaced out. So finally, I just go in with my final shaping on the tips just to crispen that up. And just to make me feel a little better about this design, I went in with some tiny little cuticle crumb, little cuticle diamond. And I just went ahead and flash cured that. And I think, I don't know, like, I'm just not used to my nails being this short. So like, I was kind of struggling doing this. I'm like, I don't know, these kind of look a little ugly. But as I got to the end, I was like, okay, these are actually really, really cute. So this is what they're looking like. And I went ahead and got my hamburger ring out. I got this from TikTok shop. It is so cute. But I think it's like perfect for this. But anyway, this is what it looks like in the normal, I guess, studio light. But the low light, honey, that is when it comes to life. So yeah, how y'all think I did with this rib glass nail trend? I would like to try this in different colors because I think it'll be really cute. But I like how these turned out, and I actually been enjoying the shorter nail lengths, I must say. So would y'all wear these?
This is the outro to the Long Hair Pretty Nail Show.